There are two liquids sitting in your kitchen right now that cost less than $1 combined. Together, they kill every species of household mold on contact. Not for a few days, not for a season, permanently. The black mold spreading behind your shower tiles, the orange fungus pushing through your bathroom grout, the green growth returning every single winter on your window seals. One treatment, never comes back. For 3,000 years, this was the only mold solution anyone needed. Grainkeepers used it. Hospital surgeons used it. Farmhouse families across 4 continents used it every single generation without exception. Then a $40 billion cleaning industry buried it, not because it failed, because it worked too well. A solution that costs under $1 and uses things already sitting in your pantry cannot be packaged into a $12 branded spray bottle. And what cannot be sold at a premium cannot be allowed to remain in public knowledge. This is the story of the liquid that cleaning corporations have prayed you would never find. Welcome to Fixvival. If this kind of buried knowledge matters to you, the subscribe button and the bell are the best way to make sure it survives. Here, we open the vaults the industry locked shut. Now let me take you back to where this all begins. Not in a laboratory, not in a chemistry department. 3,000 years ago, in an Egyptian city watching its entire food supply disappear overnight. The year is approximately 1000 BC, and the royal grain stores of a prosperous Egyptian city have been consumed by a spreading black fungal growth. It pushed through the limestone walls of the central granary overnight. Thousands of tons of grain were condemned in days. The city faced starvation. The priests burned cedar smoke through the contaminated chambers. They packed the walls in salt imported from the coast. They prayed. Nothing worked. The fungus consumed everything it touched. Then a grainkeeper named Nefertari did something no priest had tried. She combined fermented vinegar liquid from her household clay vessels with powdered mineral salts from the dried Nile Delta floor. She poured the mixture across every contaminated surface in the granary. 3 days later, the priests found the mold structurally dissolved. Cell walls gone. Growth stopped completely. This formula was recorded in the Ebers Papyrus, one of the oldest surviving medical and household management texts. The scribes described it as a treatment for surfaces consumed by the dark breath. The Egyptians had no word for acetic acid or sodium bicarbonate, but the substances they described are exactly white vinegar and baking soda, working 3,000 years ago exactly as they work today. And Egypt was not alone in this discovery. Move forward to ancient Rome, where household management texts documented vinegar washes as the standard treatment. Roman surgeons used acidic rinses to prevent fungal infections in field hospitals on the frontiers of Gaul and Germania. The same substance that preserved their food supply also protected their wounded soldiers. In medieval Japan, rice vinegar was applied to wooden granary walls. Japanese household management records from the Heian period, preserved in the Kyoto Imperial Archives, reference acidic surface treatments as mandatory winter preparation. In West Africa, fermented palm wine vinegar was used to treat mold on dried food stores across the Sahel region for centuries. 4 civilizations, 4 separate discoveries. Same chemistry, same result. Then came 1786 in the German town of Leuna. A chemist named Johann Christian Weigel spent more than a decade cataloging practical household chemistry across the German countryside. Houses where residents used vinegar for routine cleaning showed almost no fungal growth on walls, even through the cold, damp winters. Weigel designed controlled comparisons across 14 households. The results were unambiguous every single time. Vinegar prevented mold growth completely. By the mid-1800s, European hospitals had adopted vinegar washes as standard surface sanitation. Then 1907 arrived, and everything free and centuries old became a serious economic problem. Before I tell you what happened in 1907, you need to understand exactly why this works, because the science here is impossible to argue with. Mold is not a plant. It is not a bacteria. It is a fungus. And fungi survive by maintaining a tightly controlled pH balance inside their cell membranes. Shift that pH beyond a very narrow range, and the membrane structurally dissolves. The organism does not retreat. It ceases to exist at the cellular level. Here's exactly what happens when white distilled vinegar makes contact with a mold colony. Acetic acid, the active compound in white vinegar at 5%, penetrates the mold cell wall on direct contact. Once inside, it drives the cellular pH down to a level the fungus cannot survive. The cell membrane collapses. The fungal organism is destroyed. A 2015 study in the International Journal of Food Microbiology confirmed this mechanism in a controlled laboratory environment. Researchers tested acetic acid against 11 common household mold strains, including black mold, achieving complete cellular destruction within 48 hours. 5% acetic acid is the exact concentration found in the bottle currently sitting in your kitchen pantry for under 80 cents per liter. Now add baking soda. This is where the chemistry shifts from temporary to permanent. Baking soda applied to porous surfaces raises the surface pH to between 8 and 9. Mold spores require a pH between 4 and 7. Above pH 8, spores cannot activate. They cannot root into the surface. The surface becomes biologically hostile to fungal growth. A 2017 study from the University of Florida confirmed this. After one treatment, no new mold colonies formed over a 90-day period. Now compare that to the $12 bottle at the hardware store. Commercial mold remover uses sodium hypochlorite, which is bleach. Bleach cannot penetrate porous materials deeper than half a millimeter. Mold roots reach 3 to 5 millimeters deep. You kill the visible surface layer, but the root network survives. The mold fully rebuilds within 3 to 6 weeks. Then you buy another bottle. That is not a cleaning product. That is a subscription you never agreed to sign. Let me take you back to 1907, because this is where the story takes a very dark turn. The German chemical company BASF launched its first synthetic bleach household product onto the European market. It was positioned not as an alternative to vinegar, but as a modern scientific replacement. Industrial strength, laboratory tested. The language was designed to make 3,000 years of household practice sound primitive and unreliable. The marketing was extraordinary for its era. Within 15 years, synthetic bleach compounds had flooded markets across Europe and North America. Within 30 years, the entire cleaning industry had restructured itself around synthetic active ingredients with proprietary formulations and brandable packaging. Price points bore no relationship to the actual cost of production. White vinegar was quietly reclassified as a food product. Baking soda was repositioned from a surface treatment to a baking ingredient. Two substances that had cleaned for 3,000 years were removed, not because they stopped working, because new products needed the shelf space and the profit margin that came with it. Here's the structure you were never supposed to fully understand. The global household cleaning products industry generates over $40 billion in annual revenue. The mold removal segment alone accounts for approximately $3 billion annually. $3 billion built entirely on a problem that a $1 solution eliminates permanently. You cannot patent white distilled vinegar. Acetic acid fermentation has been public domain for 10,000 years. You cannot patent baking soda. You cannot create a proprietary mold spray if your active ingredient is something anyone can buy for 80 cents. The entire business model depends on one principle. The mold must always come back. The customer must never actually solve it. Bleach kills what you can see on the surface. It cannot reach what is growing 3 millimeters beneath it. The colony rebuilds. You return to the hardware store. The cycle repeats across millions of households every single month. Vinegar and baking soda break that cycle permanently. That is precisely the problem the cleaning industry cannot afford for you to solve. In 1994, the EPA published guidance recommending bleach products for mold remediation, developed in consultation with the Soap and Detergent Association. Dr. Philip Tierno submitted a formal written objection, showing acetic acid outperformed bleach on penetration depth and antifungal surface conditions. His objections were acknowledged, filed, and completely ignored. Those 30 years represent $90 billion in sales. In 2009, a paper in Applied and Environmental Microbiology made the comparison undeniable. Acetic acid outperformed bleach on every single metric. Because when you generate $3 billion a year from the problem, you do not share the solution. That is not a conspiracy theory. That is economics operating exactly as designed. The knowledge never disappeared. It just stopped being shown to people who needed it. Your grandfather kept white vinegar under the kitchen sink. So did his father and his father before him. Every farmhouse across 19th century Europe kept a barrel of it for cleaning cellar walls and food storage rooms before winter. Not because they had read academic journals, because they watched the mold disappear and never return, season after season, generation after generation. DIY communities online have been quietly rediscovering and documenting this for years. Forums dedicated to zero-waste cleaning and natural maintenance have accumulated thousands of documented case studies from ordinary homeowners. They tried the vinegar and baking soda protocol on bathroom grout, window seals, canvas tents, and basement walls. The results reported are consistent and striking. One application. No recurrence, no chemicals, no cost worth measuring. A camper from British Columbia named David Hartman tried the protocol on a tent that had been stored incorrectly for 2 full years. The canvas had visible black mold patches spreading across 3 separate panels when he unrolled it. After 2 complete treatments, followed by the baking soda prevention layer, the canvas showed no trace of mold growth anywhere on the fabric. His description was straightforward. It looked like it had never been taken outside in its entire life. Total material cost for the complete tent treatment, $1.20. The specialty outdoor gear mold removal spray at the camping store costs $42 per bottle. The Ebers papyrus is still held in the Leipzig University Library. The formula Nefertari documented is still on the page. The 2015 International Journal of Food Microbiology study is still indexed and publicly accessible. The University of Florida research is still actively cited. None of it was destroyed. It was simply never shown to you. Here's exactly what to do. You need 2 things that cost under $1 combined. white distilled vinegar at 5% acidity, and plain baking soda. Not apple cider vinegar, not cleaning vinegar at elevated concentrations. Standard white distilled vinegar from any grocery store. You also need a spray bottle, a stiff bristle brush, and approximately 20 minutes. Step 1. Pour undiluted white vinegar directly into your spray bottle. Do not dilute it under any circumstances. The 5% acidity concentration is the functional working threshold. Diluting it reduces cellular penetration against deeper high-fall networks. Step 2. Spray every molded surface completely. Bathroom grout, silicone caulking, tile edges, and rubber window seals. Do not wipe the vinegar off. Do not rinse the surface. Set a timer for 1 full hour and leave the area. This waiting period is the single step most people skip. It is also the most critical step in the entire process. The acetic acid requires 1 full hour to penetrate the high-fall network. Rushing produces the same incomplete result as bleach sprays. After 1 hour, return and sprinkle dry baking soda onto the wet vinegar. You will see an immediate fizzing reaction. That fizzing drives the sodium bicarbonate into the porous material. Let the reaction fully settle. Then scrub with a stiff brush in tight circular motions, working the paste into every grout line and silicone edge. Rinse with warm water and dry the surface completely with a clean cloth. For most mold, 1 treatment is enough. Step 3 is the prevention layer. This is the part the cleaning industry most wants kept hidden from you. Dissolve 2 tablespoons of baking soda into warm water. Spray it across the surface and let it air dry completely. The dried residue maintains a surface pH above 8. Mold spores landing on that surface cannot germinate or activate. The surface becomes permanently hostile to mold. Reapply this prevention layer once every 3 to 4 months. Total investment under $1. Compare that to a professional service charging hundreds of dollars for the same result. Your great-grandmother knew what was growing on the cellar wall, and she knew how to stop it. She did not need a laboratory to confirm it. She did not need a branded product with a list of proprietary ingredients printed in text too small to read. She poured vinegar on the surface, watched the mold dissolve, and never saw it return. 4 generations later, we spend $90 billion on the same problem she solved before breakfast. The Ebers Papyrus is still in the archive. Weigel's treatise is still on the shelf. The microbiology studies are still indexed. The chemistry has not changed by a single molecule in 3,000 years. Acetic acid still dissolves fungal cell walls. Sodium bicarbonate still raises surface pH beyond the range mold can survive. The knowledge did not vanish. It was reclassified, repositioned. Quietly removed from the cleaning aisle it had occupied for 30 centuries and placed somewhere you would not think to look. But knowledge does not expire. Chemistry does not respect brand strategy. And a fungal cell membrane does not care whether the acetic acid that destroys it came from an 80-cent bottle or a $12 spray can with a laboratory logo on the label. Some truths survive everything the market throws at them. They survive because they are not opinions, not techniques, not proprietary formulations. They are laws of chemistry that were true 3,000 years before the first cleaning corporation held its first board meeting. If this vault changed how you look at the mold forming on your shower grout, your tent canvas, or your basement wall, subscribe and share this now. Every share puts this knowledge back in the hands of the people it always belonged to. Every subscription keeps this channel digging deeper into the vaults they thought were sealed forever. The next vault opens soon. And what is inside is heavier than anything we have opened yet.